Okay, so for the troop to task matrix, I am unable to open the attachment. So I'll try my best as possible to remember what's on there, and I'll discuss my points from there. So the first thing I want to say is I do have another format that's on there. I have another format that I want to work that can still illustrate all the content that's on there, because I think is really important. Um, the formation from Captain Tackling, he said about regarding the AGRs wearing about 15 hats, and that is normal, happens all the time, but it really shouldn't. And the reason for that is because, like I said, they're doing all the work. The workload is not fairly distributed among the formations. So, we got to get TPUs more engaged. Because if you don't, it's just one of the things you come to drill to do the same old stuff, admin readiness, and we look forward to doing more things like training and putting our hands to the plow and getting busy. So it helps to develop a competence amongst one another too. So those are the things that I wanted to mention. Okay. Now, as far as the truth to the matrix, I'm trying my best to remember. You want on I think it's on the left side. There's a lot of personnel that's within that section. You can also add personnel that's required on according to the TVA. Then up top, you have all the taskers. Now, every task, every section is not going to have that much, but if it does, you got to get in there. You got to make sure everything is in place and not miss it. Like I basically stated before, I dug into OIP checklist, all the tasks and things that matter. So, and either the other things as well too. So make sure that stuff is in there, and start looking through and start picking primaries, alternates, and tertiaries. I think the third personnel for that task, if needed, but at least a primary and alternate, and start going through and making sure that everyone is engaged. It's make sure that some personnel are not overwhelmed and other people are just kind of sitting around not doing anything. So I think this is a good snapshot to put everything in place to see who's doing what and see who's not being so stressed out and things that matter. If you look at if you go to the next one, I think there's a tablet. If you click a tab or you click on system access, go ahead and click on that one. Okay. And I'm going to talk about that, I think a little bit later on as well. But if you refer to the in processing checklist, whatever, I think it was on that piece. That's where you can kind of pull those system accesses, and then from that point you can see who has what from that point. And the final one that I actually want to go through is if you click on, I think I have additional duties. Okay, so click on that one, and I want to mention this because this happens all the time. If we remember, I think we had a tasker from last year, and the Brigade S3 gave all the branches. I think there was a tracker that had all of the additional duties and things that matter. I think if we were to pull on to that, and I think one of them is the duty appointed retention NCO. That task pulls up every year. So I think if we gather that tracker, and we can see what's necessary within our formation and start pointing people out, and adding primary and alternates and getting those memos done ahead of time. So that way we'll be ready for those tasks. Okay. From what I can remember, that was pretty much it on this tracker. So without further ado, let's go ahead to the reoccurrence suspense tracker, and I'll see you in that video.